I can learn something here.
Hello everyone, this is xBIGALSKIx.
And this is JTB.
And this is Ninja Gaiden Black Mission Mode Farming Descent of the Fiends Phase 3, which is the tank mission. And for people who are trying to improve your score, if you can get the tank stuck, because you saw my score right there just going through it is 528,000, and yet because I get it stuck, I score 400,000 more. So, I mean, that's quite a bit versus some of the other missions that we've played.
Yep. And it comes at a price.
Yeah. So I try to go straight at the corner wall. I don't try to go to the door. I mean, I try to get to that corner right by the door and just wall jump. I mean, they can grab you and flip you. And
do you have incendiaries in this mission, real quick?
I don't think you do.
No.
Now, you can stand a little bit farther to the left that I'm at, maybe right there, and maybe charge up. You know, I've been able to do that, but I always roll and I come right around to this area, and eventually, I think just I've always, I guess, gotten lucky that eventually I'll get it stuck. I usually try it a few times, and if it doesn't work, I'll reset. But I come straight here, and I just roll straight into that, and I think it all depends on where he's positioned and when you release. I think I have to be a little bit closer to the left on that. Look at me, no wall running. But you can actually charge a UT here, but sometimes those bullets will come right through the wall. See, like right there, I would have, if I was charged, I would have been hit. Yeah,
this mission is one of, like, it's hard to explain how to get the tank stuck.
But hold on one second. See how, because I went too far back, it didn't even come.
Yeah, that's why this is just really frustrating. And the reason, like, this is a very points-intensive mission, and the reason for that is because if you get the tank stuck permanently,
there we go.
Yeah, there we are. But if you get it done straight away and you never have to reset it, because sometimes you can get really unlucky, and sometimes the tank will get unstuck, and then you have to get him stuck again.
Well, we're going to talk about that in a few minutes. Look at this. No wall jumping, man. Jesus.
Yep.
My control that I've talked about all the time. You know, I press, instead of running across the wall, I hit jump and jumped off, and of course I had to land right on it. But if you go too far from this spot, right there in that little semicircle, right where I'm standing, it can get unstuck.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. If you get just constant back-to-back UTs here, like just, you know, charge UT, charge UT, charge UT, you should be averaging, I think, you have celerity here, don't you? I think.
Yes.
Yeah, you should be averaging around 2 UTs every 11 seconds if you can just get it perfectly every time. And if you think about over the course of the whole mission, if you're charging 50 UTs, but you have to, say, roll an extra couple of times, like for argument's sake, let's say you have to spend, like that right there. So that was like, what, 3 seconds between charges? 4 seconds?
Yeah.
If you do that 50 times, that's kind of where this mission, because you can do this mission and get all 50 UTs, but you can very, very easily put yourself, you know, 200 seconds, like, over where you really should be, and that's usually what will separate, like, you know, the getting like high 900s on this mission versus getting like high 800s. It really is just your time.
I don't think you can get all 50 UTs on the tank. You're going to have to use it with the enemies too.
Oh yeah, you do.
But I think sometimes the bullets will come through the wall, or even a cannon blast. And see, again, I took a bad angle right there, so I ended up going to the side. But you don't want to get flipped. I'm trying to stay as close as I can to this side right here, because I actually got flipped out past where the Nympho orb is, and the tank became unstuck.
Yeah, you don't want to go too far to like the right-hand side of the door, you know, if he was going to go through the door. But yeah, this mission is just one of the most. I've always really hated this mission. I've always really struggled to get the tank stuck. Sometimes, like, I've wasted. I know when I first saw Dark Azuki's video where he showed this, I saw that video and thought, oh, that looks easy. You know, fired up the Xbox, and I wasted like 2 hours, and I just could not get the tank stuck. And I was just thinking, you know, this is stupid. Like, this is not working. it just was not working.
Problems with it as well.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, if you want to go for it is a ton of points. this mission. You know, it's one of those annoying ones. It's kind of like Marbus farming in a way, where it is really frustrating and it is quite boring, but there is so many points in, you know, those types of missions because of the Master Ninja multiplier. You know, you're getting every UT is worth 12,500, you know, on your end game total. So if you're just doing this mission regularly, you're going to get maybe anywhere from, like, say, 4 to 8 UTs on the Fiends. That's 42 UTs that you're not getting. You know, that's, what, like 210,000?
Right.
Before the multiplier, you know, so it's just a crazy amount of points in some of these missions.
Well, if you saw just a while ago, that the end of the gun for the tank was through the wall. That's actually shot me before. I tried to control I don't ever really adjust my camera to where I can see the bullets. Or at least I try not to, or the barrel of the end of the tank, of the gun.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of this, again, is just you're trying to be so careful that, again, you're wasting time on this. But I mean, see, if I don't hit the wall, that right there was perfect.
That is exactly what you want right there. Like, that's perfect back to back.
Yeah.
Someone can go and timestamp that. That was 3-4-1. I'm not sure when the other UT connected, but like that is exactly what you want. And when these guys spawn, again, if you're going for the best score, you ideally want to try and take one out, but like you only really want to take him out while you're hugging this wall, and then use kind of, you know, good old XY on landing Y to get another UT. But if if he flips you to the other side, if he flips you out into the cannon where the tank is, even though you got the UT there, it didn't kill him, so you know that's UT'd essence lost. There's so many little,
or I could have got a blue
instead,
you know, or something to help me out.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, I've had it where those guys have flipped me. That's the reason I always try to stay to the wall. And I always have a bad, whenever, I don't know if it's a bad habit or not, but I always roll in the other direction of the enemy, depending on where he is, whenever I go to X+A. That way I'm not standing right next to him. But I've actually rolled out into the open where it gets, where the tank gets unstuck. You know, so that's kind of a bad habit. Just because it looks like he's off the ground somehow. And see, that's the other part of it, clinging to the wall there. Sometimes it'll do it, sometimes it doesn't. But anyway, that tank will get unstuck. And that happened to me 3 times, or 2 times. And I was just so sick because I was like, I remember when I got it stuck, pretty quick the first time, and I got down and almost a bad roll right there and came out. If I had jumped instead of just falling straight down and landed outside, it could have came unstuck. So it can happen pretty fast if you're not being careful, which is why that's also taking more time.
Yeah.
But what I was going to say is, I just remember I was going to text Weevil and just say I got the tank stuck and it wasn't that bad, you know, just kind of talk a little smack just for funskies, and then I totally blew it. And I was so pissed. I went crying to my wife. I can't believe I did that. It was so stupid. See, that's what I get for trying to talk smack instead of just finishing out the mission. But it was all in good fun, and like I said, I've found that way. It's always worked for me. Maybe this is my SNES Alma, how he's able to knock her down all the time, me getting the tank stuck. It's kind of a big owski, maybe.
This is when I was doing that Sigma series for 50 million. This was the one mission where I thought, I do not want to have to farm this, you know. So,
right.
Because it is just so, like, it's so annoying to get a perfect start. Like, sometimes you can get 2 UTs on the Fiends. You know, get both UT'd essence.
Watch, look how unlucky that was. Ooh, and I got super lucky. Did you see him grab me?
Yeah, that was a close call. Yep.
But I think their essence is worth 1,300 UT'd essence. But I think in order to get 50 UTs, you definitely have to kill 4 of the 8 with UTs. And I was just so happy to get him stuck, I didn't care.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many UTs you get on the tank, but it's around 40 something.
It's 46 because I end up with 48. I end up with 48 total UTs, and I UT 2 of the guys.
Yeah. That reminds me, there is another slight caveat to the heavy weapons as well on their damage. So if the actual weapon makes contact with the tank, then it's the same difference when you do it on ogres. You actually deal like a little bit more damage. Whereas if just like the very tip of the hitbox connects, where you don't hit them with the weapon, you do slightly less damage. That was one thing, I found that out on I think it was one of the early hard karma runs I did. I was using that trick Kiori showed in the magma pit, where like he'd stand on that platform and just UT all the ogres. And you know, on hard I was testing that and I was thinking, you know, I'm killing these guys sometimes in like 5 UTs, and yet other times they're taking like 7 or 8. What is going on? And I was thinking, you know, like the weapon is actually hitting them sometimes. Does that do more damage? And turns out, like it does slightly more. So I'm not sure if the UF has that here. I'm trying to keep an eye on the health here just to see if you get like a, you know, one that does slightly more.
I think I heard a little tink metallic sound or something a couple times. See, like right now, my left foot is up closer to the little line next there, whereas usually I've been a little bit behind it. See, now I'm just a tad bit behind it, but I don't know if that's it.
That UT right there, the one before that looked like that did just slightly more damage rather. So, but again, that's something that ideally, just because of the time, if you get the perfect run with the Fiends, it's actually better to get, like, you know, those extra couple of UTs on the Fiends versus, you know, trying to get perfect position and get blasted by the tank.
Well, I'm a little bit too far, I think, on my left foot, but I wanted to try it just in case. And so I didn't get credit for that kill, or for that UT. I mean, I could have just shot him with the arrow, but I still wanted to take a chance that... Or, I mean, I wanted to take a chance and see if I got the UT, just in case. I mean, it wasn't going to hurt me too much overall in the score, but it would have helped me. I mean, it'd been another 12,500. But as you can see, so again, the average that I took from all these guys who played it, that's just them not being able to get the tank stuck on a consistent basis. And I think even Edge might not have even gotten the tank stuck, because he only scored like 500 and something, I think, if I go back and look at my averages, which of course brought it down for everybody else. But this is the high score on video. It only took 15 years or something to. So
I think I'm going to ask the question for everyone, Al. When's the world record video coming? When we getting that?
Oh, well, if it's what Platinum's is, and I think he has 1,000 or what, I mean 1,016,000. I just don't see how, you know, making up time and health and, you know, because I could only get 2 more UTs.
Yeah.
And if I collected the essence and I could do it with no damage, I mean, is that going to be worth over 60 or 70,000 points?
I think it would be, because I'm just trying to think. I'm trying to look up now real quick what those Fiends are worth in mission mode.
Well, I UT'd one and collected the essence with the benediction, and it was 1,300.
Okay, so 1,300. So that'd be what? 6,500 endgame karma. So if you manage to get all 4 of them with a UT,
which I got 2 of them done.
Yeah. So there's like 13,000 points there. And there's
then
2
time and health.
Was it 2 UTs you missed? I think you said it was 2. Yeah. So that's what? That's 25,000. So that's 37,000, and then there's time. So I think you could easily make up like 20,000 in time within that mission if you get it stuck like immediately. You don't waste time on any UT. Like time is like the killer on the top scores now for mission mode, because you could get a perfect run quite literally, but you might just get your perfect run like 30 seconds slower than the current high score, and your score won't beat that. Like, it's
Right.
all time. It's crazy now.
Well, that's something that I definitely won't be trying, because I'm sure I'm sure now that I got one high score on video, Kel or Godfather will be glad to beat it. Those guys are doing some fantastic jobs, by the way. Getting some of these scores, and it's definitely worth the watch if people haven't seen some of their scores lately.
It really is, yeah. It's very therapeutic to watch just a perfect run. You watch the high score run and you think, it looks so easy when you only see the successful take. You watch those videos, you think, man, that doesn't look that hard, and then you try it and you think, oh god, no, thank you.
Well, you're talking about that one time I had the perfect jump away or roll away, then roll back into it. Can you imagine? You have to be so careful at that, because sometimes if you get a little too close, they'll set off their the little grenades that they spit out, and those can splash around a little bit and land where you are. So you really have to jump around from that. I'm telling you, and then being careful not to go a little bit too far, because if you go a little bit farther than that white line that I was at, you can get shot through the wall. Boy, I tell you, whenever I first did this a long time ago, and you don't even see the gun barrel, and then all of a sudden you're standing and you're like, I got it, and then it blasts you in the face from point blank, and you lose 40% of your health. I'm glad that didn't happen on this one, but like I said, it's simple to... I roll jumped to where it unstuck the tank, and then I got flipped by the door to the other side of the door. And that unstuck the tank, and you might as well just start your run over with. But I go to that one area, and here's something we haven't talked about real quick, and if people wanted to try it. If you just want to get a better score and don't want to worry about the tank, you could just run back and forth, kind of what I did. And you might be able to get 20 or 25 UTs on the tank. Before you have to kill it, and that'll definitely increase your score, and you don't have to worry about the stress of it.
Yeah, I can't remember what the seconds are worth, but I know we've said it before. Like, 1 UT is equivalent to 50 seconds of time. Yeah. So if you can if you can average more than 1 UT every 50 seconds, or at the end of it, those UTs will be worth more points than if you just did it faster.
Yeah, I think if you watch at the beginning of mine how I charge, release, run around the corner, wait for the tank to return, and again, if you can position yourself at the sweet spot to where you can charge a UT when the tank's coming by, you can UT the tank too, and hopefully a bullet won't come through the wall, or sometimes Ryu, if you're looking not straight where the tank would be, he UTs the other way. I've had that happen if you want to release a little early. So again, it's not the end all if you can't get it stuck, because there's still some points there just going back and forth. But hopefully people can use this. I just do that same spot and start charging, and it's like I release, and it's like the tank knows I'm releasing or something and just stops there. Because it doesn't want any of this.
It doesn't want to mess with the UF, man.
Right. It has nothing to do with XBIGALSKI. They're like, well, XBIGALSKI's controlling it. We'll give it a shot and try to beat the crap out of him. But that UF. Oh, and also, if you happen to go into the red with the UF, that will definitely do more damage to the tank.
Oh yeah, that actually, even though it still takes quite a bit, like it's significant. Like, I think it does about 4.5 times the damage. Yeah. So 1 UT is essentially you're getting 1 UT for every 4 you should be getting.
Now, one last point that I want to make, and it's something, if you get it stuck and you get down to you've killed either 6 of the soldiers or 8 of them, and you're starting to go in red health and you don't want to mess with it again, and you still have maybe 5 or 6 UTs left on them, you have 1 small elixir in your inventory. I would just use that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
The points that you lose by using the elixir, you'll make up by getting 5 or 6 more UTs before you beat the mission. That'll save people some peace of mind. I thought about that afterwards. But, hey, that's why we bring it out here for everybody who wants to try it.
Yeah, it'd be cool if someone. I mean, if TGD or Kel can bring that high score down on video, it'd be great. It's always great to see them on.
Well, no, I have the high score on video now. I did beat.
Oh yeah, I mean if they do, because I'm just saying like if they usually record their runs, don't they? So if they get it, you know, there'll probably be a video for it.
Y'all don't do it for a while. Let me bask in the sunlight. You know, let the old man have his moment in the sun, or in the sunlight of the metallic tank. Okay, guys, that's it. The next fun mission is farming Pazu for 50 UTs. And then Descend of the Fiend 5, the long one, that's the Marvish UTs. So it's might be a little while before those come out. But happy this one's over. Hope everybody enjoyed it. And we'll see you in the next one. Y'all take care.
Take care, everyone.